Hey, it's Tony and Mary at RV Nomads 365, and today we're going to fix our Dometic 310 toilet. We're having toilet problems. Now, if you've ever looked on the internet for RV toilet fixes, we have the #1 video for the Thetford Aquaflush, and we're the #1 video for the Thetford Smart Tote. So you can always remember RV Nomads 365 is #1 and #2. Let's get started.
Yeah. Okay, today's project, we're gonna fix the door in the toilet at the bottom. Now, on some models, it's called a ball valve, but it's not a ball. It's like a door that actually goes like that. And ours is cracked. And if you're watching this video, it probably means yours is cracked. So it's a terrible project. It took like 3 hours. I would not recommend doing it, but we did it because I wanted it fixed right away, and you probably want yours fixed right away. So I'm going to show you how to do it. Now, if you stay until the end, I'm going to show you how to get a free one. So don't cheat and just go to the end. You have to suffer through the whole video and then get to the end, and I'll tell you how.
Okay, so here we go. This part split. It's just, you can't get the part. You can't order the part. They don't offer it. The toilet doesn't hold water. It doesn't close right. It stinks all the time. It needs to be fixed. And obviously the first thing we're going to do is shut the water off. And you're going to pull off the little bolt covers to get to the nuts on the toilet. That's the other side. They just kind of unscrew and pop off. We get those right up. Done. Now you're going to get a 7/16. Well, ours were 7/16. Yours probably be the same. And now we are going to carefully loosen it. Pop the nuts off. The water line in back, we're going to loosen it, and then take the rear hose off. I put a little bowl under there to catch the water. Super simple. Now this toilet's ready to come out. The toilet's loose. I'm going to take the toilet seat off just because I'm going to flip it upside down once I get it outside. And I really don't want, I want to deal with a minimal amount of parts flopping around. So I'm just going to take it off and leave it here. It's the same as your toilet seat in your house. Super easy. Little plastic nut. You unscrew it, comes right off. Just do both sides and you're done. Okay, now I got this thing outside. I'm going to set it upside down. Now, I didn't take a lot of pictures inside the toilet because it's a toilet, it's dirty. But I can give you a pretty good idea of what's going on. That piece, the little door that closes, it's called a ball valve. I just unscrewed it, so it's loose. I took out the washer, and look, you can't get the ball valve out. But I just wanted to show somebody because you're going to try and do a shortcut and think, oh, I'll just get it out the hole. No, it ain't coming out the hole. So anyways, I have that part loose. And I'm going to just pop it in. But I have to actually take the base of the toilet off, which is just a huge pain in the butt. So I'm going to get on that right now. I'm going to, the little bolts are 1/4 inch hex or a flathead screwdriver. So you got to stick it in there, and you got to have a pretty long screwdriver, and you can get to them. And it's a pain in the butt. It takes a while to get to them. What I ended up doing was setting up a socket with a 1/4 inch socket on it and putting it down the hole. It made it a lot easier. Here I am doing it there. That turned out to be easier than the screwdriver. And so I just went through. There's 4 of those. You take those 4 bolts off, the base comes off. That's what I just pull it off right there. And here's our part.
Hey, if you like our videos, don't forget to subscribe.
Like, share, click the bell so you get notified next time we make a video.
All right, let's keep going.
Okay, you got to clean this thing off because we want to get some of this gunk off of it so it operates right. And then we also need it clean because we're going to put the epoxy on it. And I took a wire brush to the inside of it to rough it up because that's where I'm going to put the fiberglass and epoxy. So, you know, we cleaned it up the best we could. And I don't have a lot of pictures of us cleaning it because, you know, it's gross. There's a lot of calcium and crap buildup on it, and you know, you don't want to look at that. So now I'm cutting up a little piece of fiberglass, which I'll use on my boat later. And I am going to kind of fit it, cut it down and fit it, and get it as big as I can, and put as much epoxy as I can. When you're trimming fiberglass, don't have real sharp edges. Those hairy edges are good. Okay, and here I have some Gorilla Glue Epoxy. Nothing fancy, you can get it. I'm not going to mix it and then use it. I'm going to just pour it on the piece and mix it. Same difference. It's just easier. Plus, I'm going to be caking it on in there anyway. So this is my initial that I'm doing, and then I will put the fiberglass over it, which will be coming up in a sec. And again, this project is a pain in the butt, and it's even going to get worse. But if you don't want to buy a new toilet and this piece breaks, this is a way to save it. Okay, now I'm putting the fiberglass on it, and this is a half-ass fiberglass job. If you were working on a boat, you know, you wouldn't do it this way. But for our purpose, it's fine. I just need some kind of fiber in there to stop it from splitting. Okay, now I'm going to get more epoxy, and I'm just going to cake it in there. I don't have to worry about it dripping because I can lay it flat. I'll mix it right after I shoot it on there. You know, this is not a project. I don't have to be exact. It's just smear it around, get it on. Make sure the opposite side looks good because that's the side you see, but you don't see this side. So I'm not going to be going crazy. Now I'm going to leave those fibers hanging off at the end on purpose, and I'm going to cut them once it hardens because you'll get a better bond to the plastic that way. So you'll see when I'm done, once it dries, when I clip it off. You know, and again, I'm just mixing it and not being careful. There's nothing to it. Okay, now we're going to just take all the other gaskets and stuff and kind of clean them up. Look, this toilet's only 7 or 8 months old. I'm not replacing all the gaskets. I'm going to just clean them up and put them back in. And I'm just lining them up. It's very self-explanatory. It's easy to see. The miserable part is coming. When I took that base off, these little plastic nuts fell inside the toilet. And you have to shake them and get them out, or you can't put the base back on. And it's, again, this is the most stupid designed toilet ever. And you're going to see this in a second. But right now, okay, I'm putting just all the gaskets back. That gasket that I'm working on here, you can actually pull that gasket from inside the toilet when it's set up and replace it. So it's nuts. Okay, so now that's dried. See, I'm trimming the fiberglass off. It comes out a lot better if you do it that way. Okay, now I got a pretty, you know, the epoxy's on, fiberglass is on. You can see the crack a little bit, but you know, it should be fine. Okay, now I'm going to put it back inside the base. I got the washer back on the side, putting it in, And honestly, I didn't realize at this point that those little nuts had fallen into the toilet. I thought I was going to put it back on and just screw the bolts in and be done, but oh no. Oh no. Can't do that. But anyways, this thing's almost ready to go. And this is when I thought, oh, I'm just going to put the bolts in. I'm done. That bolt I'm putting that screw back in the side. That holds the valve. And again, that's also a 1/4 inch. So a 1/4 inch socket. The screwdriver has, the little quarter inch hex on it. So I'm just using that. Okay, now I have to put this whole thing back together because I had to pull the studs out of it and fish these little nuts out. So now I have to put it all together again, and you'll see it all put back together on the base of the toilet. It's so stupid. Oh, I was ready to go get a new toilet at this point. Okay, see here? Those little studs and nuts you have to put on and then pop those in the holes. And that might make no sense to you now, but when you take the base off and then shake those little nuts out of the holes, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. So now you have to aim each one with the hole and pop it in, which is what I'm doing. And it takes a little bit of time. And you can't go crazy. You got to keep that thing in place because you got all the gaskets there. So you can't just go nuts because you'll knock a gasket loose. Okay, so now I have all the studs in. I'm going to go through. Again, it's a 1/4 inch on the heads of those bolts. And I'm going to go through and tighten them in like an X pattern. That's done. I'm popping the cap back on the side. And this thing's operational again. You can see that it's opening and closing. Now you have the big gasket. You put it back down. That goes again over the flange on the floor. I'm telling you, I thought this was going to be a 15-minute project. I think it was 3 hours by the time it was back in. Okay, so here I'm showing you the gaskets on. You got to line up the bolts perfect. Now I'm putting on the water line. I'm tightening it down. I'm not going to show you both sides. You saw it come off. You put, there's that one, then there's the one on the other side. And don't over tighten it because you'll crack the plastic. Put the nuts back on. I screwed it on a little bit. They just go right on. That ain't the hard part of the project, that's for sure. Okay, water line's on. Just give it one little half turn and I'm done. Any day now. And I was careful not to scratch up the plastic. Alright. Well, does it hold water? Well, let's find out. Oh my God, it holds water. And it operates perfectly. And if this happens, this is your only fix. I'm putting the toilet seat on here. You cannot buy that part. But you can buy a new toilet for $200. So if you don't want to do what I just did, $200 you put a new toilet in. But it is repairable, it's fixed, and I wish you the best.
Okay, so I called Dometic because after I got done fixing the toilet, you could kind of see the crack and it kind of bothered me. And now that the toilet was functioning, I thought, well, let's just take a shot. So we called Dometic and let them know that, we tried to buy the part. They don't offer the part. Can I get the part directly from them? And even though this was a terrible, miserable project, I was willing to take the toilet apart again. And the lady at Dometic told us, oh, if we don't offer the part, you get a whole new toilet. And I know what you're saying. That's not true. You think you know what you're talking about. You don't know what you're talking about. Well, Mary, can you pan over to this Dometic 310? Oh, right out of the box. Oh, brand new. Oh, you want to tell me it was clickbait to tell you to stay until the end? You want to tell me that? Anyways, if they don't offer the part, you get a new toilet. And that little door they don't offer. So, gave us a toilet. Guess how much shipping was? 0. Guess how much we had to pay? 0. It's all 0. Cost us nothing. So, probably be the only YouTube video you ever watch that if you're in the same pinch we were, that you're getting a free $200 toilet. So thank you very much, Tony. See you in the next one.
All right, that about does it. Thanks for watching the video. Hey, don't forget to subscribe.
Like, share, and click that bell.
Hey, we'll catch you in the next video. Thanks again, you guys. Bye.
Bye.